Hi everyone, Rene Bastarache here. Today I want to speak to you about the dreaded analytical client. Lots of times I get phone calls from people saying that they have difficulty hypnotizing certain types of clients. Now this is something that we teach in our courses, but for people that aren't familiar with it, hypnotizing analytical clients can be a nightmare if you don't know what you're doing. So what happens is they'll hypnotize these people, and the things that I hear is that I just didn't connect with them. They seemed to be real nervous. They weren't relaxing. They were frustrated, and they didn't know what to do. So let's go ahead and address these issues. Number one, don't be scared, okay? Analytical people are not scary people. You don't need to be scared or intimidated, okay? They're just a little different than the average client you're used to. You know, approximately 80% of the public is non-analytical, and those are going to be most of your clientele. Those are people that are probably just like you, easy to relax. They're anxious to get doing the session. They close their eyes and they seem to be gone already. Now, those are easy ones for us. Let's just call those the freebies, okay? We like to see those. However, there's a client that comes in that just doesn't seem to click with you because they're different from you. That's about 20% of society. Now, some of their traits is they don't like to relax. Analytical people are very busy-minded people. They're always doing one thing after another after another. When they're done work, they go home, they jump into other jobs. They seem to not have the patience, or I should say relaxation abilities of most people, because they don't enjoy to relax like most people. You take an analytical person and bring them to the beach, you might be able to relax, lie down on the beach and go, oh, this is great. Whereas an analytical person would go to the beach and he'd probably want to have his cell phone, he'd probably want to have a laptop, he'd want to have a book or something to do, and he'd probably still be bored because he's on the beach, okay? They want to keep busy. Now, these people are like doctors, lawyers, the leaders in military, not the regular enlisted men. They're mostly non-analytical. Accountants, mostly now. There's always, there's always exceptions, so mostly analytical. College professors, scientists. Matter of fact, going back to college professors, learning by lectures like they do in college, that's analytical learning. You notice in the earlier grade schools, there's a lot of participation in groups and visual aids. That's non-analytical learning. So you can get to see the difference. One person's not different than the other. One's not, stronger or smarter or faster. They're just different personalities, different mindsets. And they can swap. Somebody can be very analytical this session and maybe more non-analytical when you see them a year from now, or the other way around. And that can happen for many different reasons. But let's get back to this. It's important before you hypnotize anyone, whether they're analytical or not, that you test them. In our classes, we teach about giving suggestibility tests. Suggestibility tests are very, very successful, very effective. They'll let you know exactly where your client is if you make a scale from analytical to non-analytical, and exactly how far they are from the center. So you know exactly how to hypnotize them. So if you're not doing your suggestibility tests, that could be one reason why you're having difficulty hypnotizing any clients. If you're doing your suggestibility tests and looking at the results and hypnotizing people accordingly, according to their mindset, there should be nobody that you miss with hypnosis, because anyone can be hypnotized as long as they understand your language, understand what you're saying, and they're not purposely resisting. And after all, who's going to come into your session and pay you, or come into your office and pay you when it is from $150 to $200 an hour and try to resist you? They're not doing that. So you need to test them first. And don't be too worried if they don't seem relaxed. That's fine. They're analytical people that don't like to relax, okay? If you try to relax someone who doesn't like to relax in a session, they're kind of hurried, they're kind of waiting for it to work and get out of there, you may frustrate them. And there's nothing worse than frustrating an analytical client in a session, and all of a sudden he opens his eyes, he goes, this just isn't working, okay? You don't want that to happen. So do the session the way it was designed to do, the way we teach you for analytical clients. Test them, do the analytical session, and you'll be fine. Those are designed for people who don't like to relax. It's more of a, I guess you could say, a covert form of hypnosis. You're keeping their mind busy while you're delivering suggestions. Let's say you're a guard. You're the guard for your subconscious mind, and your mind is your house. And I come to the front door of the house, and I'm trying to get in, but you're guarding the door, and you're not letting me in, okay? That's kind of what's happening with an analytical client. You can't get in because they're guarding, they're protecting it. But while I'm guarding the door, if another hypnotist went behind and came in through the back door, he could deliver the suggestions. That's what I mean by covert. While your mind is doing one thing, we're doing something else. We're coming in, slipping in through the back door. That's kind of how these suggestions are given. Kind of like trying to do your taxes and have a conversation at the same time. You can't do both effectively. While you're focusing on your taxes, somebody might be saying, maybe your son saying, hey, Dad, can I borrow the car keys and go wrap it around a tree somewhere? And you go, because you're so busy. And then all of a sudden, where's my car keys? Was somebody here? You see what I mean? You're able to come in through the back door. So don't worry about the session. Do it the way you're supposed to with the suggestibility test. Follow the steps of doing the analytical session, and you'll be just fine. To learn more about how to hypnotize analytical or non-analytical clients in detail, be sure to download our 446-page hypnosis manual in the description below. Consider it our really, really big business card for you to learn from. Thanks for watching. Be sure to subscribe and have a great day. Bye-bye.